All right, let's just jump right in. We all want to make a really strong impression, right? To project confidence, to command a bit of respect. But what if the key wasn't some huge, grand gesture? What if it was just in the small, everyday words we use? That's what we're going to dig into today. 7 simple phrases that can literally, instantly reshape how people see you. So think about this for just a second. The ancient Stoics had this idea that disciplined speech reflects a disciplined mind. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are the words you just automatically say every single day actually weakening your presence, maybe without you even realizing it? Okay, let's take a super common interaction. Somebody thanks you for something. What do you say? Probably, "You're welcome," right? And look, it's polite, it's fine, but it can also kind of turn your help into just a simple transaction. We're about to see how these tiny little shifts in language, like swapping that up for something like, "It was my pleasure," can totally reframe the value of what you just did. So here's what we're going to cover. First up, shifting guilt to gratitude. Then we'll talk about projecting calm confidence. After that, how to accept praise with real self-respect. And we'll wrap it all up by looking at the philosophy behind all of this, the Stoic art of speech. All right, first up, shifting guilt to gratitude. This is all about reframing those moments, the ones where our first instinct is just to say, "I'm sorry." So instead of starting from a place of weakness, we're going to see how to flip those into real opportunities to build connection and, project respect. Oh, this one is a classic. We've all been there, right? Rushing in, totally flustered, you're late. The automatic thing to say is, sorry I'm late. But what if instead you walked in and said, "Thank you for your patience"? Just feel the difference there. You're shifting from an apology to genuine appreciation. And this is what's so brilliant about it, psychologically. Instead of focusing on your mistake, you're shining a spotlight on their virtue, their patience. It totally validates them, and suddenly a negative situation becomes this little moment of connection. Okay, here's another one. Let's say you've cooked for people and someone says, "Wow, this is so much food." A lot of us, our gut reaction is to apologize, right? "Oh, sorry, is it too much?" But imagine swapping that with, "You deserve to enjoy it." See how that completely changes the feeling? It's about your generosity, not your mistake. And that's the real key here. When you say you deserve to enjoy it, you're confidently owning your act of kindness. You're not apologizing for being generous. And for them, well, it makes them feel valued and appreciated, not like there's some kind of burden. Okay, let's move on to our next section, which really builds on this idea, projecting calm confidence. So these next phrases are all designed for those moments of, uncertainty. They help you respond with real poise and capability, even when you don't actually have all the answers. So here we have 3 really powerful pivots for super common situations. First, when someone asks where to eat, instead of that wishy-washy, "I don't know," try, "You choose. I trust your taste." That's empowering. It shows trust. Second, if someone asks if you can do something new, instead of hesitating, "I can learn it quickly." That just screams confidence and a growth mindset. And finally, when you just flat out don't know an answer, flip it. "That's an interesting question. What do you think?" Bam, you just turned a moment of ignorance into collaborative curiosity. See what's happening here? Each of these phrases is like a tool. They take what could be a moment of weakness, like indecision or not knowing something, and they transform it into a show of strength. You're demonstrating trust, capability, curiosity. You're not dodging the question, you're actually elevating the entire conversation. All right, let's move on to our third section, accepting with self-respect. Now, this one's a big one for a lot of people. It's all about how we respond when we're on the receiving end of things, whether it's a compliment or a simple thank you. It's really about showing that you value yourself and what you bring to the table. I mean, how many of us do this? Someone gives you a compliment on your work and we immediately go, "Oh, it was nothing," or "Anyone could have done it." We just brush it off. But think about the power of just stopping and saying, "Thank you." That means a lot. It's so simple, but it's also direct and incredibly powerful. It shows you value their opinion, and just as importantly, you value your own work. And look, accepting praise gracefully, that's not being arrogant, not at all. You're just showing that you believe you're worthy of it. And what that does is it validates the other person's judgment, and it signals a really healthy sense of your own value. That's what self-respect looks like. And this brings us full circle, right back to that first example we talked about. Instead of just "You're welcome," saying something like "It was my pleasure" frames your help as something you genuinely enjoyed giving. Or "You can always count on me." I mean, that goes even further. It reinforces that you're reliable and you're competent.
And here's the bottom line on this. What these phrases really communicate is that your help wasn't just some trivial, automatic thing. It shows that your time, your effort, your skills, they all have real value. And when you value them, other people start to value them too.
So, we've covered the what to say and the how to say it, but now let's get to maybe the most important part, the why. Let's dig into the actual philosophy that sits underneath all of these powerful little language shifts, the Stoic art of speech.
This quote, man, it just gets right to the heart of it all. This isn't about memorizing some clever lines to try and manipulate people. That's not the point. It's about a practice of self-mastery. The idea is that the words you choose are a direct reflection and outward expression of your internal character. Yeah, the Stoics believed that every single word should be chosen with intention. It's not just about what comes out of your mouth. It's about the thoughtfulness behind it. And here's the kicker. Every word you speak is a choice. It either builds up your presence or it tears it down. There's really no neutral ground.
So, really, it all comes down to this. Knowing these phrases is one thing, right? But actually making them a part of your vocabulary, that's where the real change happens. So the real question I have for you is, what are you going to do with this information? Which one of these phrases are you going to try using first?